Let me also record it just in case. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the final session of our bubble cohort. And today we are going to cover, just in case, how do we go live with our app and what are the settings that we have to do once the app is sent to live. So let me share my screen and get started. I hope you can see my screen. Yes, no.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, cool. So once everything is done from your side, when you want to go live, of course, you have to be in the paid plan. And you first have to set the domain, right? I mean, you can send it to live even without domain, but it will still be in the Bubbles subdomain, right? So let's first understand how do we link the domain and then how to send it to live. So domain name, we can add it over here. So for example, abcd.com, right? You can give any domain that you want, which you own, right? And then click on set up this domain. Okay. So once you do this, of course, if you have used Google Maps, then it'll ask you for this. If you have not used, just cancel. It should be all good. Hey Rudy, go on mute, please. Yeah. And then you.
Hello, Ritesh. Hope you are doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good too, thanks.
Yeah. No. Okay, cool. So add your domain here or subdomain. Okay, and based on what you add, it'll give you the records that you have to create. And wherever you've purchased your domain, you can go there and create these records, right? So if you go to deploying your application section of our user manual, you can see what needs to be done, right? I'll just quickly show you how this needs to be done on GoDaddy. But you can follow the same thing in any provider, domain provider. Okay, so let me go to GoDaddy. Is it safe? Not sure. Just give me a minute. This video is going on YouTube. Should be fine. Let's see. I'll take some example. Okay. So this is one of the domains that we have, and we have to go to DNS records. They have changed a lot. So where is DNS? Oh, domain is here. So maybe it will be here. Yeah, DNS. So the domain is bismate.store. Okay, so I'll copy this. Or if I want to create a subdomain, that can also be done. So and this is the domain. I'll have to delete this domain just to show you how this works, right? So I'll have to put this particular domain. And if I want a subdomain like app.bismate.store, I can do that as well. Okay. So if I click on set up this domain, then it'll ask us to create these records. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to go to GoDaddy and add record. Okay. So type is A, like we can see. Click on A. Name, if it is empty, then put it as add. If they've given www, we can put that, right? So now we have to create these 4 records. 105 it was. This can be whatever is default. We have to add three more values here. So just copy from here, paste it. Likewise, the other two values as well to be copied and put it over here. Okay. Now we have to add one more record, right? Like we can see, the values will remain the same. Okay, where the name will change www, right? So this will become A. This will become www. Then we'll copy paste same thing over here. Second one, third one, and fourth one. Okay, so once you're done, click on Save All Records. And yeah, so by default, GoDaddy would have created some records. As you can see, we have the CNAME record with the www, which is linking to bizmate.store, and because of which it says it's conflicting. So in that case, you can just go and delete this particular thing, right? Delete this one. And now click on this one. It will get saved. Okay, so you can see that whatever we created has just got saved here. We have also this parked thing. We can delete this. Okay, so we have this four values that we added with at as the name and four values with www. Okay, so once this is done, we can go here and click on check my settings. It will take some time. Sometimes it will be done in 10 minutes, sometimes in half an hour, sometimes in few hours, and so on and so forth. One of the things you can do is DNS checker, and you can go there and check for the DNS status. We added bizmate.store. So it was a record, and click on search. You can see that it's almost reflected across the globe, bearing a few parts like Manchester or okay, it's still not done there, right? You can see the red, this thing not resolved, right? Server location, wherever it is there, you can check from here. Okay, so it's mostly done in most of the cases. In few places, it was not done. Okay, but it will take some time to reflect on Bubble side. Okay, and once you're done with that, when you click on preview, right, because it is not reflecting, it will show you this error. But if it is done, then you can see the domain being shown here, right? Bizmate.store version test debug mode equal to true. Yeah. So can remove this. Okay, but because this is not linked yet, we are not able to see anything. Okay, we'll leave it for some time while we understand other parts of it, and we'll see if this is all set by the time we finish this session. Is this clear so far? Are you following? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so once the domain is set, what we have to do is click on this main, right? And we have deployed to live. Okay, this is how we deploy the application to live. For this, of course, you need to be in the paid plan. Like I mentioned, even domain linking is available only for the paid users. So I'll quickly walk you through the plans available and which one to be used and when do we take the next available plan and so on and so forth. We have not discussed about that, right?
No.
Okay. So we have free plan, which is good when you're getting started. There are a few limitations in the free plan, like you cannot use backend workflows and so on and so forth. In the starter plan, you can use backend workflows and everything, all the paid features. right? Like custom domain can be added, recurring workflows, and all of that. Okay, you get 175K workload units, which we spoke about during the last session or last to last session, right? And then the growth plan gives us 250K, right? If you need more, then we can take additional workload units package, okay, which we spoke about during our optimization session. Okay, so go with the base plan, which is the starter plan, because I've seen a lot of people going with growth plan, paying $132 per month, even before they get users, right? And when I ask them, they're like, Bubble recommended, so I've taken it. Okay. Of course, these are the people from US or Europe who has money and not worried about it. But let's understand if our clients are, if you are working for a client and clients ask which plan to go with starter plan. That should be sufficient to begin with. And then as and when they have a lot more users coming in and stuff like that, then you can take them a separate package for workload units, or you can go with growth plan if you need 2 app editors and so on and so forth. Okay. Now let's go back to main and then click on deploy to live. Okay. When you click on deploy to live, it'll ask you for a description just for our reference as to what did we send to live, right? So because this is the first version, we can mention that this is the first version of the app, right? And then click on confirm. So basically what this does is, let's see if this is resolved. Sometimes it happens quickly. Check settings. Not yet. So basically what this does is it will give us the app in the live version also. Okay, which is remove this version test. Okay, and your app will be available here, right? The version test when added will become your test version thing. And when you remove the version test, that becomes your live version link. Okay, so whenever you are sharing this with your users, you have to share the live version without the version test. Okay, and all the pages. So for example, if we have a page called admin, then this becomes the admin page of the live version, right? If we add version test here, this becomes the admin page of the test version. Is this clear, everyone? Are you following so far? Okay, thank you. Moving on. One of the things that we have to understand is when we send anything to live, right? The workflows, the design, the option sets, all of this will be sent to live. The data will not be sent to live. Okay. Data is always separate for live version and test version. Okay. So if we switch to live database, then we can see all the data that is available in the live database. So as you can understand, we have just sent the app to live and there should be no record in any of the data types, right? So if you go to users, no record, user details, no records, all posts, no records. We should not have any records when we send the app to live. I mean, you will not have it. Does that make sense? So the database is separate for the live version and test version. So whenever you're testing it on your main branch, it will be using test version data. And whenever you are in the live version, it will be using the live version data. Okay, option sets will get updated when you send something to live. The front end, the design part will be sent to live. The workflows will be sent to live. All right, the styles and everything will be sent to live, not the database. Okay, the data types, if you have made any changes in the data types, that will be sent to live, but not the app data. Okay, and that's why it is very important if you have created something which is required on the front end. Okay, let's say, for example, we have created a data type for countries. Okay, So I'll come back to the main dev version. And let's assume that we have created the countries as a data type. We have added like name, which is a text field. We created country code, which is also a text field. Say we add a currency, which is also a text field. Okay. Now I'll go to app data and I'll create a few records. Yeah. Or let's say just one currency is INR. Right, so I'll create one more. Yes. US currency is US last one. Right, create Germany currency is UR. That's 49. Okay. Now we have created this particular three records and assume that we are going to use this on the front end for somebody to select which is their country. Right. Now, when I send this to live, I'll deploy this from here and I'll add country data type, add it. Just so that we understand this better, I'll also go to register and add a drop down. And I'll say, so country. I'll make this as dynamic choice and I'll make this this country. I'll do a search for country without any constraints and leave it as is. Current options name. Okay, so I'm going to have this. So when I click on preview, oh, it will not work. Come on. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete this particular thing for now. Will not be able to check anything. Okay, and let me click on preview. Oh, I don't remember what would be the thing. Let me try. I think it's this one dot apps dot. Let me quickly get this. Just give me a minute. Figure out what will be the link. But it's bubbleapps.com. Yes. Bubbleapps.io. And that was right. So wait, it not work. You. Let me open it in cognito mode. Maybe this will work. Yeah, so UN PW. And we'll have to go to the register page, right? So when I'm on the version test, right, here is choose the country and we have got these three values. Okay. Now let me go back here and I'm going to send this to live and I'll say country added in registration page, right? And I'm going to remove the version test from here because we want to see what happens on the live version. This is the live version. Nothing is being shown. Why? Why is nothing being shown? Anyone? Anyone knows why?
I think
it's not shown?
because the live, what gets implemented on the live version and what we changes we have made on the base version are two different things. If we make some changes on the base version, they need to be deployed on the live version
Yeah,
when
we
there is
just
some
deployed it to live, correct?
Yes.
We just deployed it. You see here 1 minute ago, I deployed it.
Okay. So I think is whatever we do, changes we make in the backend, some setting might need to get done to make it visible on the live version.
I just told that, see, what we are showing on the front end, what we are showing here is a database, right? The countries that is created in the database. If you go to the main version, which is development version, we have 3 countries, right? But if you go to live version, we don't have any countries because the data is not being sent to live when we send anything to live. Everything else is sent to live. Data will not be sent. So if we go to all countries here, I have to refresh this once. All countries, there will be no record. Because we don't have any record, it will not be shown in here. Okay. So the reason why I'm telling you this is a lot of times what happens, we create everything in the main version, we test it in the main version, and we see that everything is working fine. We send the app to live and we announce it to the world. Right? We tell, oh, our app is live, so please go and test it and stuff like that. Give us feedback and all of that. And what happens is this kind of data will be lost. Okay. I mean, we don't have the data in the live database. And when people go there and click on this particular drop down or any of the data which is linked to the live database, okay, they will not have anything to select. And they will be like, this is not working. Right. And a lot of times devs get confused as to, oh, I've tested everything, why is it not working now and stuff. So you have to go through, once you send the app to live, go through all the database, okay, all the app data, and see if there is any data that needs to be sent from main to live. Okay, chats we don't have to send because we know chats are whatever the users create, right? Countries is what we have created, right? So that needs to be sent to live. Departments, we might not have to send. Dummy data is anyways we created for our checking if there are any issues or something like that, right? Gmail access is internal, so we don't have to send it. All logs is backend workflow, we don't have to send it. All messages is again something that gets created by the user. Post comments, post likes, posts, all of this are user creations. All users is whenever user registers on the portal, that's when it is getting created. So countries is the only data type that we need to send from main to live, or we have to go to live and create the entries. So what I'll do is I'll go to copy and restore database, and I will click on copy development data into live database, and then I'll select countries. Okay. Once I select country, it'll ask me to type in this. So I have to type copy from development to live. Okay. Please keep in mind that if you have any data in the live at this particular point of time, that will be wiped out and this will be sent to live. Okay. So copying data from one version to another version, whether it is from live to dev or dev to live, right, is like wiping out whatever is available in the other side and sending it. Okay, it's not both together. So now when I'm sending copy from development to live, I'll also give you a quick example. Let me cancel this, close this. So we are in the live version. So let me create the thing here. ABCD currency something, code something. So I've created one record in the live version. Come on, Bubble. Okay, so I've created one record here. Now let me go to copy and restore database. Let me select this. Let me select the country and let me type in copy from development to live. Click on confirm. Okay, so it gets copied in like few seconds because we had just 3 records. Click on refresh. This record is gone. Come on. Okay, and the 3 records that we had in the dev version are here. Now, if I go to this one, come on, Bobby. You can see the options available. Does this make sense? Yes, Vanilla, that's right. We have to copy the data or we have to create the data, whatever is required in the live version once we send the app to live. Does this make sense? Everyone
Yes.
following? Now let me come back and let's try if the domain is linked. So I'll add the domain again, which was dismate.store. Setup. So check my settings. I don't know why it's still not done. Yeah, sometimes it takes few hours also. It's reflected everywhere. Anyways, so this is how you link your domain, and this is how you send the app to live. And once the domain is linked, once you confirm, which is like if you click on this, let me show you a live app just to understand how this particular thing looks like. Which one shall I show? Is this linked by-
Oh God.
Come on. Oh yeah. So there you go. You can see that the Bismate.store is working and ready to go, right? So our yeah, sure, Manoj, no worries. I think he already left. Okay, so the domain is linked. Now, if I click on preview, it should take us to our domain and it should work fine, right? UM and BW. This is coming only because we are in the agency plan. And you can see that Now this page is loading with our domain, right? And you can see that this is also in the live version, right? Is this clear, everyone? So this is how we add the domain, send it to live, and send any data that we require from test to live before we announce it to the world. And I would ideally tell that once you send it to live, test it on the live version, the entire application, right? A lot of times I know that we will be like at the nth moment we will release it and we do not have time to test it and stuff like that. But when it goes out to the world and people start using it and they do not find it working, it'll be frustrating, right? The first impression is always the best impression. So make the most of it. Ensure that you test your entire app on the live version or release it to your first circle, right? Your first circle, friends, colleagues, whomever you know very well, right? So share it with them, tell them to have a go at your app and share feedback with you. Okay, based on their feedback, you can then improvise wherever required and only then announce it to the rest of the world. Does this make sense, everyone? Try to break it in different pace. Oh, yeah, I mean, when you're testing, you can do all sorts of things. Any questions? Anybody? No questions? Okay, great. Who is going to launch their application very soon? I know a couple of you have been building it. Will you address our doubts even after finishing these sessions? Um, yes, we will have the bubble roundtable, which will keep happening every Saturday. Hopefully, people will join it regularly to make the best of it. So during that session, yes, I'll answer your questions. Um, Otherwise, of course, you can put it in the community and somebody would answer it. Otherwise, whenever I get time, I'll also address some of the questions that you put in, right? And of course, for those of you who have paid for these sessions, right, you have that access to book a sessions with me, right? Based on whichever plan you have taken, you will get 2, 3, 4, whatever sessions we had promised. So we will keep that promise, right? You can book a session with me and we can discuss about that. Any other questions, anybody? When are you going to launch your app? Have a plan in place. Yeah, I
So
mean,
the project management app that I was making, it's not like an official app. I had just tried to make it for my learning purposes.
yeah,
So I'm fixing some last responsiveness issues on the phone.
okay,
After I have finished it, I'll be sharing it in our Begin cohort group.
sure, sure,
But
sure. Awesome. You can also, I'm not sure if you have got the access, but you can also try out the mobile builder from Bubble.
so currently the version that I'm using, I didn't think I saw any feature like that, but I'll check it out.
Okay, sure. If you need access, maybe you can share it with, can we add domain in free plan for now? No, they don't allow you to add. I'll stop the recording and then share something. Any questions, anybody? Okay, then
Hello.
I'll stop the recording. Stay on call. Okay, let me finish this. So one more thing is we are starting out 100 days of AI challenge from 1st of April, right? You all might be knowing that we are on 1,000 days no code challenge, and we finished 100 days of Bubble to begin with. Then we did 21 days of no code automation, and so 21 days of no code automation will end on 31st of March. And from 1st of April onwards, we are doing 100 days of AI challenge. So for those of you who have been a part of our community, please continue because we are trying to add a lot more value, right, through these videos, through the sessions that we are doing. And we are also going to come create AI based WhatsApp group, okay, which will be specific for AI resources and activities or events that's happening around. But you will have to do something to join that group, which will be shared by our team very soon. But yeah, thank you so much for joining these sessions regularly and taking the most of it. I hope it was valuable for all of you who have been joining regularly. I would love to hear your feedback on that. We can stop the recording and then discuss about it. Yep. Thank you, everyone. Just stay on the call. Should also